The topic today is about social media. Apart from social media, what I want to point out today is more like every single little thing that you need to do during your follow-up process, whether it's from lead to appointment or after closing. Yeah. In follow-up, what I find it helps me is that you need to understand, to ensure that you can follow through, right? They need to be reminded that you exist and you represent the project, and they need to make time to see you. What it means is that there is so many agents out there. How can I ensure that my client, when I touch base with him, the first point of contact, he will remember me? You need to be all over around him or her. Number two, they need to be reminded that the project is suitable and the developer is good. So you need to actually build value for the project and the developer. And then this one is more towards after booking. They are reminded that they made the right choice. Yeah. And then they need to trust you and like to deal with you. For the same project, for the same unit, there are so many agents. Why do I have to deal with you? This is like a thinking process. Every time when I review, I think it helps me a lot. I will go back and think of ways or creative ideas to help me in my follow-up. These are some of the tips that you can leverage on to follow up closely and building trust. First, when I talk to the client, whether it's first point of contact over phone or presentation, I need to ensure I use a different tonality. Number one, when you're doing calling, remember that you are actually taking part of their time. So this is basic manner. You need to speak with good tonality and manner. Let them know why you are calling. And then number two is you got to position yourself differently from the very start. Always remember that you are a professional agent. You are not just there sell for the sake of selling. And from that point of time, you need to start giving value already, whether it is WhatsApp or any other channel. Always also remember, when we are calling that time, you have to always place this mindset. The people that you are calling, don't worry, they have interest in finding a property one. Now you have to position yourself and make it the right timing to share them the good property or help them in looking for a good property. When you have a mindset like that, it will be a lot easier. And then, of course, this doesn't only applicable for calling. When you present, tell them using a third-party perspective. What does it mean by third-party perspective? I find that the normal way of presentation, people nowadays already don't buy that kind of style. You keep pointing out good points about this property. Clients nowadays, they are more defensive. So what I did here is I use a third-party perspective method. For example, my client choose here because of this, and that. Use neutral positioning. So neutral positioning here means that nowadays a lot of clients, right, when they view agents are like selling one project, exim, and exim all the time. So you need to be a little bit more different from other agents by giving a neutral kind of feel. That means you need to let them know that actually I am focusing on the entire KLPJ area and I can help you with finding a suitable one. However, recently in our listing, there is one that fits a lot of buyers' requirement, and I personally think that is worth taking a look. So this is very neutral positioning. Empathy. Empathy here means say something that make them feel you are on their side. This one, let me just give you an example. For example, they say certain objection. Okay, you always say things like, I understand your concern. I understand your concern. So when you say things like that, right, people will feel that, hey, this agent is actually thinking on behalf of me, not just selling. And then when it comes to objection, right, I always agree before you want to disagree anything. What does it mean? I agree what you mean. However, a lot of people, despite knowing this fact, they still choose this area because of this. Again, I use third party. So all these small little things is small little tips in helping you to outstand yourself among other agents. Then script your template differently. Okay, instead of using a normal template, try to think of ways to script your template differently. You can do something like this, more personalized. Hi Dave, this is Jan here. I saw you have registered your interest to know more about this property. I'm here to assist and would like to share to you this property opportunity, which among the listing I have, I personally feel is something worth to take a look. So you position yourself neutrally and try to make them feel that the listing that I have right now is something you need to take a look. So of course, I leverage on my branding, introduce yourself differently. Because I have a brand here, so I will put my link here and say that, okay, I'm actually doing sharing weekly like that to share contents and values, especially now when you're looking for property, you may want to know some property basic knowledge. So I'll put that. Okay, this one actually helps me a lot in building trust, the social media part. Also, in terms of differentiating yourself with other people, right? You can do videos. So this is what has that has helped me a lot over the years. So I put up a video like that to do invitation. Another thing that I use a lot is I leverage a lot on the voice note. So this is super important because through messages, sometimes we cannot convey emotions. And after sending videos or template, right, I will use voice note to target the emotions part lah. And then I will leverage on different tonality again. For example, if it's something important, then I will slow down and then I will use a deeper voice. Okay, because sometimes clients won't pick up your calls, right? So that's where I leverage on voice note. So these are small little tricks that I use along the way in my sales cycle process, from appointment, from lead to appointment, appointment to presentation and closing. And I also leverage a lot on video. All these small little things I do is to differentiate a bit from normal messages. Okay, like this one, Central Park Damansara, not my face, but I give them an like teaser like that. So this one you can see, can hear?
The exact location on the upcoming township. Now I'm going to share with you the exact location on the development, the upcoming township in Damansara. So in this entire map, if you look at this area where the cursor is pointing at, it is the curve Mutiara Damansara. So this one here is the LDP highway. So let's say on LDP here, okay, 1U is on our left here. So further up, we will pass by IKEA, which is Mutiara Damansara on our left. So what we do is we don't turn in, we just follow this road all the way straight. And there's a total of a 2 km distance all the way straight. 2 km, and you reach our site on the left. So this area, if you pass by this further up, you pass by a toll, and that's towards Desa Park City direction. So in a way, if you look at the entire Damansara area, this side of Damansara is considered quieter due to the Bukit Lanjang Forest Reserve Hill. And one of the most unique thing about this area is this township is that it's surrounded by the forest reserve, and there's also a 10-acre park. And due to the cost of land, right, they actually acquire the entire land at a lower cost. Hence, the initial phase is launching at 30% below market value, which is 600 per square feet. So it's pretty reasonable in this area.
So I also show them sneak peeks sometimes. So these are all the materials that you can think along the way to follow up. Show them sneak peek videos too, using your face, if you don't mind, because it helps a lot in building brand and trust.
So right now, I'm going to take you through a sneak peek.
All right, I'm going to skip a bit.
Video.
This is just a very fast overview of the project. Yep. So this one actually shows them exactly the site already. So last but not least, of course, social media helps me a lot. So this is my channel. So this is where I will share values, and it's not selling one, and it helps in my follow-up. What I want to point out here is that I leverage on this and email platform also. So sometimes I follow up using email, and this is automated. And a long time, right, I can actually add in email of different topics. Now, if you realize, right, you may think that the content is very troublesome, but because I have a social media channel, I have all videos. So all I did was I just put up some words. If you buy new launch, progressive interest, then I put this snapshot, view 1-minute clip on how to calculate progressive interest, and then connect. And then you see every email in the bottom right, I will attach. Looking for new launch properties, click on the button below to connect to me directly. I will walk you through the options that fits your requirement. And this is also one way where I can reconnect my old leads.